our opening prayers. And I say for you. Just to join your Okay, so welcome, good morning. So the first thing that we do whenever we sit down to meditate is to establish our compassionate motivation. Good morning. So we always start by generating compassion for all sentient beings and giving rise to bodhicitta, which is the compassionate wish to free all sentient beings from suffering. So we'll just take a moment to center ourselves in that intention. And then we'll say the opening prayers. So we're going to say the 7-line prayer to Guru Rinpoche, this first one. And we say that in Tibetan. So just follow along to the best of your ability. Om Organ yogi num jansam pemage sa dombola yatsin chogi ngodrupne pemajung ne jesurak kordu kandro mangpo kor ketki jesudak drupki Jinji lop cheer sheksu so Guru Pama City Home. Organ yogi num jansam pemage sa dombola yatsen chogi ngodrupe pemajong ne jesurang Kordu kandro mangpo kor ketki jesu dak drupki Jinji lop cheer sheksu so Guru Pama City Home. Organ yogi num jansam pemage sa dombola yatsin chogi ngodrupne pemajong ne jesurak kordu kandro mangpo kor ketki jesu dak drupki Jinji lop cheer sheksu so Guru Pama City Home. All right. So in this class, we'll be practicing 3 different types of meditation. And the first one that we will be practicing is called calm abiding meditation. And this meditation helps to calm and stabilize the mind so that our mind isn't just running around like a monkey all the time and bossing us around. Instead, we start to develop control over our mind and create space in the mind. And this meditation creates space in the mind, which helps us to balance our emotions. And it gives us just more like time between whatever's happening in our life and then our reaction to it. So we can kind of see our reaction come up in our mind and maybe not engage with it, our habitual reaction. Maybe we choose a different response or, or don't just react. And this spaciousness is also the first step in the development of bodhicitta, that compassionate wish to free all sentient beings from suffering. So when we're in a state of reactivity, with our mind being just really reactive and following our habitual patterns, we tend to be very focused on ourselves and our own happiness and protecting ourselves. And so then when we create some space in the mind, we loosen up a little bit, and we get a little bit more humor about ourselves. And we also start having space to think of others and, open our hearts to others. So this is a very simple practice. All we do is rest our attention on our breath. You can also do this meditation with your focus on a flower or a candle or an image of the Buddha. And you do the same thing of just resting your attention on it. Let me get out my timer. Okay. So we'll take a comfortable seat. You can do this meditation sitting on the floor or sitting in a chair. However you're sitting, you want to feel like you have a stable base. So if you're watching online, if you're sitting in a chair, you want your feet on the floor, not like dangling. If you're sitting on the floor, make sure your legs are arranged in such a way where you feel very stable and secure in your seat. And place your hands in your lap, gently relaxed. Check in with your posture. Your spine is straight, like a stack of coins. Your head on top of your neck, on top of each vertebra of your back, just stacked nice and tall. Your eyes will remain open, looking downwards. You can imagine a line following the bridge of your nose and extending down to the floor. And find a point along that line where it's comfortable to rest your gaze. And then place the tip of your tongue right behind your front teeth. It's like saying the letter L. And allow yourself to relax completely and breathe normally. Often when we're breathing normally, we'll breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth, or just breathe through your nose. However it feels natural to you is fine. And just settle into your natural rhythm of breathing. Then put a very light attention on your breath. Don't try to control it at all. Just breathe naturally, with the most gossamer thin attention on your breath. It's like taking your pulse. You don't put any pressure on it. Just observe it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. And as you meditate, thoughts will come up, and that's okay. When thoughts come up, just let them go like bubbles popping on the surface of a pond. Don't even look to see what they are. Don't find out what's up with them. Just let them pop. Your meditation is not lost by hearing your thoughts, but by following them down the road. So as soon as you notice yourself following a thought, just drop it and return to your breath. Drop the thought, return to your breath, over and over. You just come back to the breath. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. right, this is a warm-up round. We're going to try that again for a little bit longer. If there's anything you've noticed about the way you're sitting that you need to adjust, if your pants are too tight or you're not stable in your seat or something, you can adjust that now. If you're finding it difficult to dismiss your thoughts and return to your breath, you can imagine like scissors cutting the thoughts, or picking up the thoughts with tongs and throwing them away or something, and then come back to your breath. We'll just do this again for a little bit longer. Sometimes when we're meditating, our biggest distraction is our own chattering mind, and sometimes it's the stuff outside. Right now we've got some noises from the preparation for the food distribution that's happening. So no matter what it is, whether it's inside or outside of us, we just let it go and come back to the breath. So I'll do this again now for a little bit longer. Hello, welcome. We're just in a meditation class. You're welcome to sit down and join, or just to explore the room yourself. Yeah. All right. So your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. Okay. So that's our practice of calm abiding meditation. And the next meditation that we'll be doing is also a meditation where we put our attention on the breath. This meditation is called Tonglen, and this is a practice to develop our compassion and our equanimity so that we learn to have compassion for both our friends and enemies alike, to care for everyone the same, love everyone the same. So we stay in our meditation posture, and we begin by thinking, envisioning before us one or two beings for whom you easily feel compassion. Someone who's suffering particularly touches you. This could be your parents or a sibling, your partner, a child, a pet, anyone for whom you easily feel compassion. Thinking of them, put yourself in their place, contemplate their misery, imagine what their experience must be like and the suffering that they experience, or perhaps the causes of suffering they create for themselves. But give rise to compassion as you consider their experience. Cultivate in your heart the fervent wish to relieve their suffering and secure their happiness. And then bring your attention to your breath and follow the natural rhythm of your breath. As you breathe in, visualize that as you inhale through your nose, you take in all of the causes and conditions of their suffering in the form of black smoke. Imagine that they become completely free of misery. As you breathe out, visualize that you are sending and they are receiving all of your positive and loving qualities and all conceivable sources of enduring happiness as radiant, pure light, bringing them limitless joy. You might think as you breathe in, may you be free of suffering. And as you breathe out, may you be happy. then now we're going to repeat this again, but we're going to visualize one or two people for whom you feel intense anger or aversion. So think of one or two people that you really don't like, maybe someone you're in conflict with, or someone who has harmed you in some way, or someone you don't know why, you just can't stand them. Think of one or two people like that. And again, following the natural rhythm of your breath. Actually, first, let's take a moment to just contemplate their experience. That's helpful. Think of these people one or two people you just don't like, and take a moment to contemplate their suffering and put yourself in their shoes. Cultivate the fervent wish to relieve their suffering and bring them happiness. And then bring your attention to your breath. Following the natural rhythm of your breath. As you breathe in, visualize that as you inhale through your nose, you take in all of the causes and conditions of their suffering in the form of black smoke, and they become completely free of misery. As you breathe out, visualize that you are ascending and they are receiving all of your positive and loving qualities and all conceivable sources of enduring happiness as radiant pure light, bringing them limitless joy. You might think as you breathe in, may you be free of suffering, and as you breathe out, may you be happy. And now we're going to expand our visualization to include all those beings for whom you have similar feelings of anger and aversion. We'll continue following our breath, but now we're visualizing more people whom we don't like, whom we have anger towards, aversion. Imagine them all in front of you. As you breathe in, inhaling through your nose, you take in all of the causes and conditions of their suffering in the form of black smoke, and they become completely free of misery. And as you breathe out, you're sending and they are receiving all of your positive and loving qualities, all conceivable sources of enduring happiness as radiant pure light, bringing them limitless joy. And then now we're going to expand our visualization one more time to include all sentient beings throughout existence. So now expand your visualization to include all beings, all humans, all animals, all bugs, all beings of other realms that we cannot see, all beings in front of you. We visualize that as we inhale through our nose, taking in all of the causes and conditions of their suffering in the form of black smoke, and they become completely free of misery. And exhaling, visualizing that you're sending and they are receiving all positive and loving qualities, all conceivable sources of enduring happiness as radiant pure light, bringing them limitless joy. All right, so that's the Tonglen, or sending and receiving meditation. And then the last meditation that we'll be doing today is called the Light Expansion Prayer by Jetsunma. And this meditation helps us to overcome the illusion of separation that brings us suffering and come to know our true sense of oneness, with our true oneness with all beings. Let us become still. Take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Again. Let us center deep within. Center deep within. Deep within to the presence of the Absolute. And there is radiance. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace the physical body. And all of the physical body is filled with the presence of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill our beings on all dimensions. And all that we are is filled with the radiance of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill everyone here. And everyone here, and everyone here on all dimensions is filled with the presence of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace this building. And all of this building is filled with the light of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace this nation. And the government of this nation is filled with the radiance of the Absolute. And the people of this nation are one life. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace planet Earth. All nations and all governments are filled with the presence of the Absolute. And there is peace. And the 8 billion are one life, radiant. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill this galaxy. All planets, all stars, and all life forms are within the embrace of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace the universe. All dimensions and all kingdoms are filled with the presence of the Absolute. And in all the universe, there is only one life. Now, as we return our consciousness back to physical form, we continue to embrace all that is and to know union, that we are one. So now at the end of our practice, we'll say our dedication prayers. Those are the ones in English. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I have accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice and all that I will ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas altogether, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have. Similarly, I, who have come in the same way to benefit beings, pray to attain these qualities. By this effort, may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. Right. Well, thank you so much for coming today. In just a moment, we're doing Ryo Sanksha today, right? Yeah. So Rio Sanctud will be at 12, which is right now. If you're online, you can join on Zoom. The Rio Sanctud practice is a 20-minute smoke offering practice. Welcome to stay for it. And then also, I want to mention on New Year's Eve, we have a special New Year's program. It starts at like 11:15 at night and goes till like 12:30. And we say prayers to, set intentions and bring in blessings for the coming year. So you're welcome to join us on New Year's Eve. There's more information about that on our website, and we'll be on social media too, on Facebook. So yeah, thank you.